different videos, but I think that will be very ugly, and because we as an organization tackling the environmental issues, I think that when you are so much deeply in the environment, you came out with very, very ugly pictures or videos or moments, because it's our role to think about the environment very critically. Otherwise, we can promote our country perfectly. So I can give you one of the websites that our organization is running from the last year. We worked with some journalists for investigative watchdog in journalism. It's called Reporting the Environment in Albania. In particular, to put more environmental issues in our media outlet and reporting for the whole year. And this book is produced. We trained some young journalists. And in the website you can find different videos about Albania, some in Albanian and some in English. So I'm not showing and losing time because... But coming back to the municipality, we are more focused. We are more than 150,000 inhabitants. We have very rich cultural and natural resources coming down from national parks, national archaeological parks, national protected areas, marine and coast protected areas. The only one in Albania is in Lora. We have island, you know about Sezan Island and the peninsula. And we don't have problems with such our natural resources. They are not exploited, they are kept very well. So I don't think that these are issues to discuss. But the issues in my municipality where I'm coming from are more to the urban environment, which we are talking right now. So we missed waste management, the integrated one. We have problems since the collection of waste. We don't have separated source at families, and even we don't have a management way how we can treat them. So we are only dumping sites. We don't have, if you don't have, I mean separate, we cannot discuss about recycling or reducing or this kind of other things. One of the problems that is part of the waste management is as well the hazard hospital waste, which are coming from the medical facilities. I think that everybody in our cities, you have health centers and such things there should be regulated and treated to the endpoint according to some specific roles and some specific categories according to the EU directive. So we think that is one of the things that now we are discussing with youngsters in order to report if there is someone is one of the things that we are now working in our city for them to sensitize people and as well as the health facility centers. Water pollution, which is particularly related to the sea where the city is, so we don't have a very good discharging system, and European money now are spent for having a good sewage system as well, water treatment, in order to avoid the water pollution. So some areas in the city, because Flora is right now in the coast, you cannot swim there, but we have other plenty areas. Drinking water, I put it 24 hours, so we have drinking water, we have access, but we don't have 24 hours at home. So the quality somehow is missing. Urban stress, I write it down because if you are living in the coast, it's kind of threatening, so everybody want to live in the coast, so the construction sector is one of the things that is more, I mean, powerful, and it's a challenge. So they want to construct everywhere because everybody wants to have a second house at the coast, so we are overcrowded with kind of buildings or high buildings, high floors. Air pollution. It's not so much typically for the whole area, but where the traffic is. And one of the points, we don't have kind of toxic pollution, but one of the issues that we have is that we're 2 times more than the standards for PM10, which is particle matter. It's kind of from 10 microns, so it's kind of pollution that can come from the nose and throat and is deposited in the lungs. And so many heart diseases are coming for this such of pollution. So where the traffic are, this kind of pollution is there if you are not controlling. And last, it's not sufficient green areas in the city, but in particular we have in the surrounded areas or in the parks.
What else?
Okay.
Because
otherwise we can't
No, because I want to link Albania and Croatia.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
We will do that later on, actually. Work on this translation. No, but we definitely are going to
so
do
if
that.
you have any questions, or if I have no more time anyway.
We have to take the boat, actually yet the boat because we're going to Italy. So we
From Laura.
From
Okay.
Laura we go to Bari. We go to Bari. You have 2 minutes as well to explain a little bit just about the problems. What are the main problems in
Yes,
your
we start
territories?
from the south.
Because we are in Bari.
Yes, we focused about our region, okay, because we come from different regions. So now.
Yes, we come from Apulia, which is the first region circled
in
here
southwest.
Southeast. Which you encounter when you come from Albania. And Apulia is the most rich region in southern Italy. So we have lots of tourists and industries. But the problems are that the amount of tourists that come in Apulia during summer is very large, and we can't manage to such a amount of tourists, and they produce lots of trash, and we can't manage to
some pressure over the winter because the tourist is summer tourist. So there is a lot of people that come in Puglia. There is the same number of the population, the local population, the tourists. So the pressure is very high.
It's doubled actually.
Yes. There is a big problem in agriculture because we product a lot of product of agriculture, but we use some phytosanitary product to improve the product of Puglia, of agriculture. And we have a big problem of pollution, air pollution, because we have some industrial that product pollution. So we have a big problem that the land planning don't resolve. This is Puglia. We came in the middle of Italy. There is Naples.
In Campania in Italian. Naples, you know Naples in the world, I think, is one of ancient town in the world. Best ancient. 300 miles years of story. And Campania have all the problem we hear. We have all. Don't leave nothing.
I should have kept it at the end as a sum up, but
father and mother, all the problem.
The father, mother, and the grandfather and grandmother. We have all the problem, but recently we have a big problem because the emergencies of waste in Campania have increased pollution with the importation of toxic waste. We have 1 million of tons of toxic waste in the agricultural sites and also in discharge sites, authorized sites. Political class are in a society with Camorra and the mafia for import and disperse in our territory. Sorry, in our territory, toxic waste. And after this problem, we have a lot of people come in the square and reclaim our right to natural management of waste. This is the first thing we hope we have. And we are organized in committees to
concentrarsi solo sui problemi principali.
Ah, prego.
Poi
Vabbè.
discutiamo come sviluppare.
Vabbè. And we have all the the problem of the world.
We have a lot of problem about management waste, hazardous, toxic and urban waste. But the right management can improve the best quality of air, of water and of soil. This is the really big problem in our region.
Vabbè.
So we have the northern east, 1 minute.
Yes, it's an area of a lot of industries, we can say, and they are the most dangerous participants in our economy because we have a lot of air pollution and even sea pollution with a lot of healthy problems as lung cancer, for example, even in the area of Trieste and Monfalcone with the smelter and the industrial pole.
Okay, thank you. So here we take the flight and we go to Malta.
With Ryanair.
With Ryanair. It's an easy,
It's cheaper.
it's a cheap flight.
I'll turn it like this.
2 minutes for you as well, guys.
No, basically Malta is a very, very small island. It's the 9th most densely populated place in the world, actually. So it's the highest in Europe. And we have a very high population for a very small island. If you look on Google Maps, it's tiny. And we get all the problems of, I think our primary problem is over-urbanization. We have way too many people on a small island. Too many buildings, many of them are empty. But because our government has mismanagement with the construction lobby, we just keep on building, which leads us to air pollution. We have lots of air pollution from construction dust, and also from the Sahara Desert to the south, and when it erupts, Mount Etna from the north. Traffic congestion, we have lots of air pollution from traffic. We have the highest car ownership in Europe. We have about 2 cars for every 3 people. So it's, and public transport, which is not good enough. It never is good enough. Marine traffic, noise pollution. Europe has said that we have the highest noise pollution problem in Europe. In fact, 90% of Malta is affected with noise pollution. Waste management is a problem because you've got so many people on a tiny island. You've got a giant landfill over here.
So we can't come in Malta.
No, you will die. I didn't show you my third arm, grandfather. Overfishing is another problem. We have quarrying activity, again, dust carried over to people and affecting them in health. Habitat degradation is another problem. Over-extraction of water. We get more than half our water from desalination from the sea, which means that if there's an oil spill nearby, we're... overcrowded beaches, too many tourists, In summer, we have more tourists than actually Maltese living on the island.
But you can go in Italy, for example.
Yeah, which is what we do, because it's a bit... It's a lovely place, but there's too much of everything in a small country. And currently there's a huge environmental movement trying to say enough, you know. We're 1/3 of our country is built up, which is what we try to show here with all the chaos. Hunters is another problem. We have bird hunters shooting birds for fun, literally. And therefore our soil is covered with lead, fireworks, shower chemicals all over the country, and we have the highest level of perchlorate toxication in the world, twice as high as most areas in China. Yeah, habitat degradation leading to death of species. Okay, as our Prime Minister said before he got elected, people will complain when we kill lizards. Yes, we will complain. Over fertilization, we have some of our water can't be used because it's too full of nitrates. So it's a whole collection of a microcosm of chaos, you could say.
It's interesting that you are alive.
We have lovely places to go to, but anyway.
Thank you. We take the flight. We take the flight right away to move away from Malta. Okay, we go.